me here, coming to you with another update of my Lego Hogwarts castle. And there we go, we have the roof. Well, not all of it is built, but a good portion of it is. And let me tell you, I've been waiting for a long time to actually build this roof of the courtyard. And I was waiting for over a month for these pieces to arrive. I didn't expect at all that it could take all that long, but you live and learn. I'm definitely going to avoid ordering from this store again. And although not the whole section is built yet, because I'm missing some particular pieces that are nothing special, that are just gonna come in a few days. I just didn't want to delay this video anymore. I was already getting frustrated, so just decided to give you a little view of what I've done and how it's gonna look, and also a little other various tweaks that I have made since last time I've showed you my progress. Now, one thing that I want to show you is this section here. Not the roof, but over here, this front section of the Great Hall. Now let me explain. First, if you remember, well, I'm going to show you a picture just so you can see the difference. This pattern here in the roof was different. We had it kind of up to here, and it was kind of different over here, but now I wanted for the roof to kind of align with the borders, obviously, and mainly this front border over here. So I've made it so we have these kind of taller pieces over here at the beginning, and we have this brick piece, and then the slopes kind of follow this pattern. And I believe that now looks a lot better. It's not as random as it was before, and yeah, I think it's a big improvement. Now over here, because we had this distance, this kind of a space over here, I placed these bricks with snots on the side, and I placed these tiles over here to kind of finish the whole way it looks. And I was exploring various pieces instead of this, but in the end I decided this is the best way to do it. And now over here, if you notice this, because this kind of arch here prevents a normal 1x1 tile to be placed, I placed this kind of half plate. Otherwise this tower here protests that something is getting in the way, but this way it's actually not really noticeable. So, and it's still no strain on the pieces. And one other thing, if you remember, this side here was up to here. So when this slope is, this whole pillar was instead placed here. And what I did, I noticed really, well, I had noticed prior, but I didn't want to just change it just yet, that this pillar here is kind of sticking out. So obviously they're sticking out from here, here, and here. And the way it was, this section was kind of cutting over here, and it wasn't, I basically moved it one stud inwards. So what I did, I just moved this whole pillar over here and placed it inwards, and kind of actually used that opportunity to strengthen the construction, because this kind of whole pillar was a bit shaky. I can't really remember anymore if I did it that way on purpose, because I was kind of aware that I would probably need to rebuild it slightly at some point, but it wasn't too difficult to take apart really without interacting with the rest of the construction. You know, it's a lot more sturdy. It's kind of connected to everything here. And now from the side it looks a lot better, because we have an extra stud here. So this window frame looks better because it's not, we have two here and two here, not one here as was before. And yeah, it looks as it should be. This whole pillar kind of sticks out, and it's obviously the same way on the other side. Now going back to the courtyard, this section kind of, because I'm using these 2x3 slopes to create it. And over here, because of the pillar, obviously we can't use that. And I was thinking of various ways of how to do it. And I decided to use these slopes over here because they kind of have the same angle as this. And then over here, I just place one more, and I think it looks good. Now, maybe there is a different way to kind of, because if we use a 2x2, it is a different angle compared to this. And I don't know. I experimented with a few variations, and I think this is the best one. It kind of doesn't stick out too much. And as I had explained prior, these sections are all removable, and I try to make them so I don't have to remove everything. And for example, from here to up to here is the first section, and we have another section here and another section here, and then we're gonna have another section here, another section here, and this one is another section. So basically 6 different pickup sections to remove the whole roof from the courtyard. And let me show you now. Yeah, there we go. So here is one of them. Obviously I've used some different pieces over here that are not going to show anyway, so why waste perfectly useful tan pieces or something else when this is not going to be visible. But yeah, now that this is done, kind of we can start thinking about the floor. But yeah, this is very sturdy. I have made it so it kind of doesn't fall apart when you pick it up or you place it. Now, I initially wanted to kind of have as few of these connector pieces over here as possible, but it turns out, because the construction is like very piece intensive, if you don't have if you have only a few of them, kind of it shakes a little bit, and if you squeeze it over here, it changes the integrity of the whole build a little bit, not by much, but just a little bit. And for example, if you press like this and there is no stud here, it kind of goes inwards. And I decided if I have a connector every so often, and mainly where these pillars are, then when you even squeeze here, nothing will move, and that's very important. So instead, I just put a few more, and following that logic, now it's perfectly fine, and it doesn't really prevent the whole roof section from being pulled or being connected, because everything just falls into place very easily. I've tried to continue this little pattern, not really a pattern, but kind of a splicing a few nugget pieces here and there, just to look a little bit natural without being too crowded or without following any kind of algorithm or anything. Just spread them kind of randomly here and there. And yeah, this using these slopes here to kind of finish the look. I'm gonna need quite a few of these to be able to do the whole square that I need to kind of finish. Now, I think I would need to order a few more of these. I ordered like 200, and I thought that, I mean, I was aware it's not probably going to be enough, but I probably have enough to finish up to here-ish. So this section here, I'll have to order like another 50 or so. Maybe, we'll see. But no big deal. I have all the other pieces that I need. Now, for example, to work on over here, really excited to do this side here. And yeah, to do these constructions and then to build the rest of the roof of the Great Hall. Really excited to kind of finally put the hat on top of this building and actually work on the 3 big towers. And actually this one I'm probably going to build by with bricks, because this one is just not going to do, although it's very nice looking. It just doesn't serve the purpose over here. So yeah, probably just going to end up building something similar with probably using these kinds of angular bricks over here. I've ordered some of those, so I'm just gonna use some of those most likely. One other thing that I want to mention, I don't want to go there we go, to inwards here. But yeah, these braziers that I've made prior, I've decided to change them. Obviously, let me actually see if I can show you. Yeah, this is what we had before, and is the one that I've shown you in my mini MOC series how to do. And I believe still it's a very good build. It's kind of small, pretty, and not too piece intensive, and it goes against the wall very nice, and it looks really good. But for over here, it kind of bothered me because it was a 3x3, and this hallway was getting kind of small. I mean, obviously it is what is it's like eight studs wide, or is it 9? No, it's 8. And even though there is plenty of space, it kind of felt like they're a bit too big for this particular hallway, and I decided to kind of make a little bit of a change and make this different kind of model that is more simplistic, but it just looks, I wouldn't say it looks better, it's just more fitting for this environment. And this one I'm not going to retire or anything, I'm just going to use it somewhere else. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to make a video for these braziers because they're really nothing special, just using these cylinders, and then obviously the I think I'm using these pieces over here, yeah, 4 of these, and placing the flames on a 2x2 plate. Nothing really special, but it just represents the original design from the films well enough, and it takes less space, so I think that's just fine. And you can kind of view it from here as well. I think it's a bit better, considering. I have removed this building for the time being, just so it's easier to film over here. But I wanted to show you the Jafar section that I showed you, was it the last time or the time before? Just a little update that I have changed the pieces that I didn't like, because we had, if you remember, too much black over here, and now I've placed the dark red over here, so it really goes along with his uniform, and we have a nice mix of dark red and black, and it really looks good. Now one last thing that I kind of don't like, I think I'm going to replace these torches in the back with candles, because they really blend in with the black shelves in the back, and the candles will kind of stick out, and I think that's better. Or maybe I'll just move the torches, not really decide, but I'll try candles first. And one other thing is this device, called it a hookah or whatever. Some people told me that that's not really the proper word to use for this thing, but you know what I mean. I ordered this cable kind of thing to represent the end of the device, but it turns out it's too big, and now I'm exploring other types of tubes or cables just to, we need kind of something smaller, maybe as thin as Jafar's arm, for example, and something not that long. And I've yet to find something. If you have something that, if you know something that would work over here, feel free to share it with me. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, just a little build, just kind of remove the flooring a little bit, and change some of the pieces to these kind of identical pieces in dark red, and I think it looks pretty nice. And this section is this little Easter egg is kind of finished now for the time being. If obviously at some point I see some pieces that would serve as a little upgrade to this, I would use them. But yeah, this goes back here. And one thing, now I've decided, I don't remember if I've managed to share this with you prior, but I'm gonna use the variation of the courtyard that is being used, for example, in the, I want to say, 5th movie. Yeah, basically where we have the courtyard, it's closed here, we don't have the towers, we have a pair of towers here in the Deathly Hallows where all the students march and Voldemort goes in from the aqueduct that is over here. But I don't like that. We're going to use the other version that has this sealed off, and we have an aqueduct over here. And as you may gather, currently I don't have an entrance like I do over here. This is the one that goes downwards the mountainside and reaches the little harbor they have for the boats, where you kind of dock during your first year at Hogwarts. And we need something similar over here, but for the time being, because just yet I'm not gonna start making it, I kind of just wanted to make the sturdy construction and just build it properly. And obviously when I do decide, I'm just gonna take this little thing apart, and it's gonna be really easy to kind of change, like 10 minutes or so. So just so you know, I know that this has to be an open archway or something. So, but for the time being, it's gonna be like this. But I know I have to change it at some point. What else is there? I wanted to say something. Yeah, over here. So over here, I kind of I'm gonna use this similar slope piece that is it's all the way in the back. You know, it's this 2x2 with kind of arched inwards to one side at an angle. So we're going to have this whole pillar kind of be one whole pillar. We're going to connect these two together. But that is for another time. I think I don't even have that kind of piece in tan. I have it only in bluish gray, light bluish gray and dark bluish gray. So, but yeah, it's no big deal. But I'm going to kind of, it will fill this kind of hole over here and it will look better. One other thing, this was initially 5 studs wide, this corridor. But it turns out that if I have it that way, this the top side of the roof of these dark bluish gray slopes will be visible over here, because otherwise we'll have to make it longer, and then it won't be the same. Obviously the edge of the roof kind of lands on these pillars, as it happens over here, and it creates this very authentic kind of pocket over here, which is what we see from the pictures of the castle in the movies. And I decided that the best way to solve that is to make this corridor, instead of 5, 6. So what I did, I kind of extended it using the plate underneath. So I went underneath these gray plates over here, and I went underneath them in the support tiles that I used, and I replaced them. And now we had these bricks sticking out that I used for support to build this thing. So I basically moved the whole wall one stud from here to here. And that way, these pillars are connected very well. So even though there isn't no green plate like this one underneath them currently, they're still very sturdy, and they're basically connected to the plate itself, to the plates that are supporting, and they're part of the construction. So it's I'm very pleased the way I kind of figured it out. And this kind of goes very well with the design that I had in mind. I think I did mention this last time, so forgive me if I repeat myself, but I think I didn't go into detail. So basically, once this is raised, it's going to be raised on the table, and we're going to have the rocks over here. And we're going to have kind of water, or basically any foundation is going to be a plate like this. And then we're going to build it up, connecting to over here. Now, would it be a solid connection or just something for this to rest on? It doesn't really matter. It will depend on the situation, but basically it will kind of go into here. And since there will be a foundation of big plate underneath, we will kind of achieve the difference that this one creates. So nothing will be kind of at an angle or sticking out. So everything should be fine. Now, initially I had the plan for these pillars to be part of that construction coming from below, and they just simply kind of connect to the wall here. But since we changed this whole design, I felt it would be better to use them and add them here to kind of make everything sturdy, because otherwise everything would kind of need to be pressed and it would be flaky and flimsy, and this is a lot better now. It's really, 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 really solid, and I really like that. And yeah, I think that is pretty much it for now. I would really like to show you the whole finished courtyard very soon, but I don't know if it will be the next time or I'll have most of it done in a little section not finished. Only reason I have not made most of it because I decided to use these kind of one by something tan plates to finish the edges over here, and it turns out I will need a lot more of these. I have actually a lot smaller ones, but I don't really want to waste them over here, so I've just ordered like 1x8s or 1x10s that I'm gonna just use. I don't want to waste my 1x2s, 3s and 4s for something like this, because I'm gonna need them elsewhere most likely. I usually need smaller plates like that a lot more often than big ones, so I just ordered some and I'm gonna be patient. They're gonna come from a nearby store within the next 1 to 3 days, so it's no big deal. And we need more of these tiles in tan. These are so expensive for some reason. I mean, not very expensive, but considerably more expensive, for example, than the light bluish gray or the dark bluish gray ones, or the brown ones. I think those are the cheapest. Maybe they're the most common, I don't know. But yeah, there's just some few pieces that I need just to kind of continue. And yeah, while that goes on, next time I'm definitely gonna start working on over here, and I'm gonna make all these constructions over here, and then we're gonna see how we are building the roof upwards, kind of to make it removable, similar to this. Obviously it's going to be a lot more heavier because the section will be very tall, as you can see. And we'll see how it's gonna actually pan out. I have a very good idea, but still, obviously some unknowns will arise as I'm building. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to build most of it, because I have also ordered these kind of slopes over here, 2x2s, 2x4s, 2x6 also, so I have plenty of those. Don't know if they'll be enough, probably not, but those are considerably easier to obtain, unlike these. But yep, that is pretty much it for now. And I really like the way this looks. This whole roof, it really looks like it's out of the movies. Now I see that there is like this kind of basically a, let me have a look. I see on some pictures on various places there is this kind of a element over here and there. Maybe there's like 4 sections where there is like a plate over here going from this section to this section, and I'm wondering if I should add those or not, and if I do, how exactly is that going to work? But because it has to be at an angle, you see, and it has to be the same angle as we see this. And now I'll think about it a little bit, and if I see that there is a good way to do it, I'll probably do it. But if not, we're just gonna skip that little detail and leave it as it is, because I would prefer for it to be clean and accurate as possible, but at the same time kind of clean and not, you know, flimsy, or so it doesn't look like it's put together out of nothing, and when you do this it falls apart. So one thing I think that I might raise these pillars a little bit, because I think this top side needs to be kind of almost up to here, so maybe another 1x1 brick will do the job. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this recent update of mine. Please like and subscribe, and tell me your thoughts in the comments. I hope this has been useful, or at least a little bit entertaining for you. I will see you next time, which, as you already know, it will be in the next 10 to 14 days. And in the meantime, I have some other videos that are coming up just to experiment and do some other things. And yeah, I will see you next time, and Until then, happy building, and all the best. Bye for now.